What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Nick's at Night. I am Nicole L.
I'm Nicole C. So happy to be back with you guys. And today we got a topic for you. It's about listening to your what?
Your vaginal intuition.
Yes.
Vaginal intuition. Vaginal intuition.
So what is that? Vaginal intuition. Well, I think vaginal intuition is your vagina's talking to you. It's telling you things. It's letting you know something's right or something's not right. It's telling you to back away. It's telling you to come closer. Your vagina is telling you, don't put that there. Your vagina is telling you, oh, yes, take that all in. Your vaginal walls, uterine walls, your hole, your entrance is telling you, go get something checked out. It's telling you, you know what, we're free and we're happy and we're ready to play. Listen to it all. That's vaginal intuition. It can keep you away from a lot of fuck boys, and it can bring you to your Prince Charming as well. And it can tell you when you just need to stay the fuck put and not touch anything. That's vaginal intuition.
Oh, I love the breakdown, Nicole C.
It's true. It's so true. Your vagina talks to you.
I talked to her too. She has a name. Have you named yours? Mine has a name. I'm curious. Let us know, y'all, in the comments for people who are on YouTube and Instagram. Have you named?
Is your name like, is it a sacred thing that you keep to yourself and her, or do you, what's her name?
I tell people. Trixie Badass.
Ooh, Trixie Badass. Where did you get that from?
Trixie Badass. You know what? College, I used to I still do. I make up like costumes or whatever, and usually I have random pieces of costumes in my closet, usually every Halloween, and I be putting random pieces together that I want to wear, and I just name the character. And like my I don't know, sophomore, junior year of college, I had like these black wings. It was a cross between like Tinkerbell and some sort of dark fairy. And they're like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm Trixie Badass. That's my alter ego.
Your alter ego.
And after that, I was like, oh my God. Like, I just started calling her, my vagina, Trixie Badass. And so it's just, that's always been her name since then. And so, yeah, so Trixie Badass, that's where I came from.
My best friend, she named her car, and I just didn't name my car. And like, I've had people name certain things. I have an alter ego. Her name is Jaja. But that can't be my vagina. But I never thought about naming my vagina. Okay. What does that do for you?
She's got a mind of her own. We co-create together. We have to be in agreement. Cause like she be wanting to do things or things be happening, and I'd be like, girl, what's going on? Or she be like wanting to talk to certain people, and I'd be like, nah, trick. Get it together. We're not going there. Or sometimes we be on the same page, like, you see. And I'm like, yeah. And we be like, when we on one page, magic happens. When we not on one page, goes awry sometimes. But also it's like, I talk to her during my moon cycles as well. Because sometimes, just how the feeling of what's happening or the flow or the timing. So like I like to have a relationship. So I think naming her, like for me, it's like we co-create on like the experience that we want to have, and not even just sexually, but like what's happening with my body in general, right?
Yeah, it's powerful. Vagina is very powerful. Not just, like you said, sexually, but that's where the center of our feminine energy is. That's where it's at.
And the site of creation itself.
Right.
Life itself. So there's power there. And I also feel like not even just like the naming, it's all about like the energy that's there too for me.
Yeah.
It's like oh man, it's just, the vagina is so beautiful, y'all. Like there's so much happening down there, not even just with the physical, but the metaphysical. When we talk about just like creation energy, and what flows through in and out of us in that area, it's powerful. So, and it's fun. I don't know, it just felt right when I named her. It was just super fun.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think about a name for mine. I'm gonna think on it a bit. But aside from the naming of the vagina, ways that our vagina talks to us.
Oh yeah.
because there's so many ways. I'll tell you, I was dating someone one time in a serious relationship, and of course we were sexually active and we were not using protection. Um, but my vagina would like burn each time at the end of it. And it was definitely trying to tell me like this ain't the one. This ain't it. Like run, far, far away, run. Didn't listen. But but that's an example to
Yeah.
me. That's just always an example. I think about that often, about how my vagina literally would burn each time me and this person would engage in intercourse at the end of it, because it just was not a good fit, and it just really wasn't a good fit. But I was just so jaded by a lot of other things and just really young. But and not to downplay anybody, or not to talk bad about anybody. I could, but I'm not. But the point being is that my vagina was screaming at me like, I don't know how to make you understand. This is not it. And I'm just like, oh, no. Nope. But that's one example for me for how my vagina was talking to me and literally screaming at me and telling me that something wasn't right. And there's definitely many other ways. So do you have an example for you about that time, the vaginal intuition?
Yeah, like same kind of situation. Like whenever I might be about to engage with somebody or engaging with somebody that my body is like, this is a no, screaming at me, she reacts very volatile. Like it's like a volatile situation. Like it's almost like, I told you not to do this. We wasn't feeling it. You did it anyway. Like I will get like um this might be TMI, y'all, but I will get like, like a yeast infection or something. Like that has happened every time I've been with somebody that I like, my body and my head was like, don't do that. And I always have felt like my body was giving me a lash, like a whipping. Like, I told you not to do it. You did it anyway. Okay, cool. So now you about to get this whooping. Like, now you about to get this whooping because you didn't listen. So the next time you encounter this feeling, if you do it, what's going to happen on the other side. And so like that for me is definitely vaginal intuition. Like that has happened. Or I'll have a reaction to the condom.
Yeah.
Like that's another way of like vaginal intuition. Like, and it'd be like, oh, okay, cool. You're not feeling that.
And then we also just want to point out that we understand that some things are medicinal or not, or medically
yeah.
And we're definitely not saying, don't go to your doctor and that things aren't like due to an illness or whatever. We understand.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
But on the same token, your body talks to you, and different parts of your body talks to you, and the vagina is a very powerful, very potent part of your body, and it speaks to you. Sometimes you feel like your libido is low, like your vagina just won't get wet enough, and it's your body, your vagina telling you just need to slow down and like hold off, and like we just need a break. We need a cleansing. We need to get rid of toxins. We need to get rid of other spirits and energy, and we just need to focus on self. So until we do that, I ain't gonna help you out. And so the homegirl ain't there when it's your time. You showing up like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it's just like, hey, I can't help you. We got shit to do, and you over here trying to fuck on something. What's your problem? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we think it's just like, oh, what's wrong with me, or something going on with me, and we're thinking, we're trying to like put lubricants and stuff up there, and it's just like, wait a minute, maybe you need to just sit down and dissect yourself. Like maybe you should just meditate in a really quiet space, dark space, and just examine yourself, like a head to toe examination of everything that could possibly be going on the surface, in the inside, subconsciously, spirit, everything. Because your vagina it talks to you, it tells you things, and you can know through your sexual vaginal health if something deeper is going on in you that you need to unblock or rectify or feel whole about, in order for your body, your vagina to be on board with the physical things that you're tending to engage in. And that's my experience with it, at least.
Yeah, I agree. Because the two are so wholly connected, right? Like your inner being and like is connected to your physical. And I know for me, when it comes to like intercourse, like I need to have some sort of like mental connection, or just she will not, we will not, we will just not. And it's like I
She
also
doesn't
can
feel
tell,
safe.
listen, yes, and I can also tell when she is like in love with the situation, the way it's just like, yeah, just flows.
Niagara Falls. Snowflake. Okay.
Not, maybe not the falls, but she just she just, it's more conducive to the environment. She blooms nicely when attended to. And also, like, I've noticed, and I'm gonna get away from this space because I feel like there's so much more to talk about, but like more than the sexual side of things. But like whenever I've been with my partners and they like have like their own relationship with her as well as me, she reacts a little differently. And so yeah, y'all, like vaginal intuition is real. Also, I feel like too, it like signals me, at least recently, like one of the things I've been doing is trying to like sync my cycle with the moon. And I am completely synced now. And I've noticed how much more connected I have felt with my body and my own sexuality as a result of, like, I got off birth control and all the foreign objects in my body when it came to that. And like my body immediately, like within like 2 months, like synced perfectly with the moon cycles. And like now I know, like I feel so much more in tune with my body and my femininity now as well, and super in alignment with my vagina. Like knowing like when I'm feeling saucy and that's the thing I want to do, and I can honor that, right? And I can feel completely free, especially now in a relationship, in a safe relationship, I can definitely feel free to honor that space, right? But also I can completely honor her when I'm like, listen, we're not feeling this. And I feel fully within my power to be like, she ain't on it tonight. That's not what we want. Or it's like completely in sync enough to know like what's happening with her when I know when my cycle is about to come, right? Like my body down there is like reacting very differently, and she signals to me like, oh, we're probably like a day or two off from the cycle starting from what she's doing. Or even when I'm ovulating too, like I know when I'm ovulating now, because she has a different reaction during that time too. And so it's like we have like a core relationship, because especially with the female body, we have a lot going on because we are the bringers of life. It's like our cycles of like how our body chemically reacts is different obviously from the male anatomy. And so it's really beautiful to like be in tune with that and to really witness how that also affects our moods as well. So yeah, vaginal intuition, y'all, get on it.
And even outside of sexual, like you said, even just on a spiritual level, that's why it's important too. So we're gonna segue into this. For vaginal intuition, it's great to think about the health of our vaginas and just strengthening it. So things like vaginal steams, of course, nothing in excess. Kegels, tightening that thing up, babe. Got it. Tighten it. Look, you could just be doing Kegels right now. Just nobody will know. Just tighten it. Right now. Just tighten it up. But just things to keep you want it to be healthy, because like with anything, like with your spirit, with your soul, with your mind, with your body, in order for it to be of optimal use, you got to make sure it's healthy and make sure it's strong. And so in order to be able to connect with your vagina, you got to make sure it's healthy and strong. That includes, energies, an exchange of energy. I ain't telling nobody how to live sexually, trust me. So don't take it as that. All I'm saying is you know, we got to make sure we're flushing out the energy sometimes, clearing our spaces out, making sure that we're safe and we're healthy in our practices, making sure that we're just sanitary and tidy. You know, things that don't belong down there. And I mean, that could be fragrance, soaps, whatever. Keep it from down there. Like I said, Kegels, Veggie steams, things like that, just to make sure that it's healthy and strong, will also help with the intuition, because you want to be able to hear it. You want it to be able to talk to you, and you want it to be able to talk to you loud enough. Because if you're weak in the soul and the body, you can't speak too loud. And you want your vagina to be strong so it can yell to you. Because sometimes we need to be yelled at because we don't listen.
No.
You want your vagina to be strong so it can yell from the mountaintops. You know, that's all I'm saying. Let me not do no more Martin Luther King references while I'm talking about my vagina. But if so,
yes, what's up?
So as far as vaginal intuition for the ladies, what would you say? And I know I always come up with these like on the spot questions. Feel free to fire back. Because I feel like, oh, after I ask, I'm always like, Lord, I should have told her this before the show. I know I was going to ask it. It just came up.
You know how we roll. It's real.
We like talking. This girl talking. We just talking about our strong ass healthy vaginas. And they speak to you know, they speak to us. So for vaginal intuition, what would you say are some things that you can do to strengthen that the bond between a person and their vagina?
I would say like taking you time, like self-care, just in general, because like it is connected to like the whole of your entire body, right? And so when you treat your body, you're treating her.
Right.
And so like doing things like one of the things I know I would mention it all the time, and I'm going to say it here again too, like I do goddess baths. And so like one of the things about the goddess bath is it's like I literally will sit with my legs open and allow the water to
go in
and out, you know, just so like she's like submerged and like getting cleansed with like healing. I put lots of yummy things in the water that are good for not only my skin, but like if you're sitting in the water, it's going inside of you because your body's gonna absorb it. So like making sure that like I'm taking care of her in that way. Like we said, like not using like fragrances or things that I know is like going to harm or irritate. I know for me, a part of like self-care for that area is like I love waxing. I'm not like in no shade to like I know a lot of women prefer to have hair there. That's totally fine. I am not one of those women. It feels uncomfortable for me. So I honor that space. I like to be completely down there. And so that's a part of the way that I like stay connected. And that was a question, right? Like, how do you stay like, connected?
Yeah.
It's like real, y'all, for me, like when I get out of bounds down there with not doing the self-care with the hair situation, I feel very disconnected from her. I really do. Like, it don't feel like myself. It feels icky. It feels gross. Like for me, it's not a good thing. So like, I feel more connected when it's like, when I'm completely bald, I guess. So we'll say down there. So that's one of the things that helps me stay connected. And like constantly cleaning. Like I like to be clean. Like even when I shower, like I have my own process for that area to make sure it's all very clean. And so like that's another thing, is just like physically being clean down there. And then also just like honoring like what I need, because like that's where your root chakra is. It's close to your sacral. Sexual energy can be very healing. So making sure that if I am going to be indulging in sexual energy, making sure that it's safe sexual energy, and that it's something that I want to be doing and I don't feel like I'm forced to be doing. because like that, like we said, sexual energy, it carries energy. You are merging with another being, and so
Right.
you're giving of yourself and you're taking on at the same time.
Wow.
So I want to make sure that I'm not giving away pieces of myself that I don't want to be giving, and I'm not taking in on pieces of other people that I don't want to be taking on. So yeah, those are some ways that I physically, and then, oh honey, I sage in Palo Santo myself all the time. Like I do the V steams as well, so that's definitely one of the things I do too. Sometimes like I do an actual cleanse with like an insertion type of cleanse with like water after my cycle. I do that.
Yeah.
The point of like having your cycle is to release, that blood and like that tissue that you don't need because you're not pregnant.
Right.
So I'm going and I make sure after that I'm fully cleansing whatever could be just left in the pocket.
Right.
Ooh, we get TMI on this one, y'all. We gonna have to put a warning before y'all listen.
With the show topic like vaginal intuition,
Little do we know this is gonna be the one that go viral.
Right. Like, listen, if this is what introduces you to Nicks at Night.
Right.
Hey, welcome. Thank you. Come on board. Just know that we have a plethora of episodes and topics that we can discuss. And if you ever have an episode topic that you want us to discuss, just let us know. We got you. There's no bars. We will talk about it all, including vaginal intuition.
And doing the things that I feel like I'm moving more towards natural remedies. Like I said, I'm not on birth control right now, so I'm having to do the condom route. And I've just been doing a lot of research on that and around the types to use, because just making sure that's friendly for down there and not leaving and putting things in my body that doesn't need to be there.
Latex is not, just throwing it out.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. There's other things. There's definitely other methods and other condoms types that are.
Yeah. And my partner and I, we've been exploring with those as of lately, because I've chosen to not do the birth control route, because mainly like I have been on birth control consistently since I was like 14, because I have endometriosis to help with my cramping. And so it was twofold. I'm getting to the age range where I do want to have children, and I don't want there to be so much of a buildup in my body to where I'm having difficulty doing that. So I needed to, it was between me and my doctor, we decided that it was time, within the time frame that I wanted to have children, it was time for me to come off of it. So my body can start weeding it out. Secondly, I had an IUD, which was like the insertion. And the more spiritual I became, the more aware I was that there was a foreign object in my body. And so for me, it became a very loud voice, vaginal intuition. She was like, get it out.
That's a good non-sexual, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's birth control, whatever, but still, your body, even though that's not technically but whatever, it's the reproductive system, they all work together, but that's still just an example of your body letting you know that something is there that should not be there. It's interfering with what we do.
Yeah, and it became like this just knowing of like, it was a nagging, like literally like a voice of like, get it out.
Yeah.
And so I did. And like now, because like I like endometriosis, it runs in my family, I still have it. Going through that process of like finding natural healing for my uterus and my womb when I'm on my cycle has been a journey. This particular moon cycle has been the most fruitful of me figuring out what is going to assist me to not be on birth control to help it, but also not be taking a whole bunch of narcotics every month, because that is the wave. And I really wanted the last month or two to focus on like CBD, using CBD to heal. And y'all,
my friend Channing, she has her CBD company.
I'm about to put her on right now, because she sent me some bath bombs. Her bath bombs are gonna be in my goddess box. So guys, hit me up. And
51st Place is what it's called.
Yes, 51st Place. And I tried out some of her CBD bath bombs, And when I tell y'all, the first night I had so much pain, I soaked in one. The next day, y'all, I didn't have any pain, and I did a bath again the next night to make sure. And I only had pain the one night, which was my first night of my cycle, because I wasn't on anything. But literally, and this never happens, I've had no pain. And so, like, I definitely got to put her on 51st Place, like, do the 100 milligram CBD bath bomb.
I just ordered to the extra strength bath bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, I just ordered, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's the most.
Yeah, the 100 milligram. That's the one I did. I had no cramps like the next day. Like I woke up with no cramps. Now, I did that, and I have CBD pills. So I took both, but like I had been taking the CBD pills all day, and I didn't really get into a place of comfort until I took the bath, and then like the next 2 days I didn't have any cramps. So I will forever be using her bath bombs as a part of my regimen when I'm on my moon cycle. But I'm going to be using it anyway because I'll be getting my own box every month, and her products are going to be in box. So, so yeah. Shout out to Channing.
Shout out to Channing. Yes. Yeah. And guys, if you have, just throwing this out there, if you have any product or anything that you would love for us to try out, and we could also just co-branded and sponsorship, let us know, because we are in the market for that again. So email us or hit us up in the DM, slide in our DMs, comment, however you want to do it, we'll connect with you. But we love supporting businesses, Black women-owned businesses, especially in the realm of self-healing and self-care. That's our thing. And if you have any vaginal products that helps with our vaginal intuition, let us know that too.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. Nicole,
yes, it's that cards.
Same question you asked me.
What was the question? Forgot already.
So it was about what are the things that you do or have done or are doing to be more connected?
Oh, to my vagina. Correct. So the things that I have been doing that helps me out a lot. I also do baths, but meditative baths, and just where I scan my entire body. I'm a hypochondriac, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. And so for me, a lot of times, in order to calm myself down, I have to do a body scan and just really sit still and feel myself and understand that nothing's wrong with me, and say that to myself. And in that scan, I get to my vagina. And so that's a way for me to connect with my vagina. I connect with my whole body through this process, but I'm also connecting with my vagina, is to just do a scan, checking my body, feeling my body for real, without the facade of the hypochondria. Is that a word? I don't know, I just made it up. But without that in my mind, and just being still. And that helps me to connect with my vagina very well. One other thing that I do is what I eat, my intake with my food, because that's super important. And, I'm a cookie monster. I will eat all your cakes and pies and brownies. I will eat them up when I tell you, but I've had to slow down on that. You have to, even alcohol consumption, you have to slow down on certain things, because they will cause the yeast infections. They will cause your pH to be off. I drink a lot of alkaline water for vaginal health. That's the main reason why I drink only alkaline water, is for my vaginal health. And for me, vaginal health and vaginal intuition are almost synonymous, because you have to have one to have the other. And so in properly caring for my vagina, it brings me closer to my vagina. Because when you care for something, you get closer to it, right? And so those are the ways that I connect with my vagina. So what we get?
I love it. So I have pulled our card.
Okay.
Lady Venus.
Ooh.
Lady Venus, y'all.
That's a feminine one.
Lady Venus.
Okay.
Downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Lady Venus is the twin flame of Sanat Kumara and is said to reside on the astral realm surrounding the planet Venus. The light beings of Venus, known as Lord, Venusians, all right, I hope I said that right, are now coming to light workers on Earth to help them with their connections, understanding, and capacity to share divine love. Lady Venus is a wonderful keeper of light to call on when you are trying to forge a connection with the heavens or finding it difficult to understand the signs, symbols, and guidance that are being sent to you physically or through meditation. She also allows us to connect with or focus on particular energies so we can understand them more. If you are studying a spiritual subject at this time, call on Lady Venus to help you. Hearing high-pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, and having the sense that beings are visiting you in your sleep are all signs that you are receiving downloads from the heaven. Whenever this is happening, spend some time in contemplation so that you can ask the universe what you really need to know. This card also represents downloads of information being received by your mind. Know that the universe sees you as capable of holding soul-centered information that will help you and others reach a new level of understanding. Nice.
I like her.
I know. I feel like that's on target because we're talking about the vaginal intuition and the connection and the relationship between, like, and how we communicate with our vaginas. And I feel like, yeah, that's getting downloads or uploads really from the vagina, because she's down there getting uploads from the vagina.
Oh, you know what? I meant to say this too. Speaking of uploads from your vagina, I meant to say this too. Sometimes don't wear no panties. I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes don't wear any panties. Seriously, it's okay to air out in the freedom. I really do believe that our vagina needs that freedom. And I feel like when we allow our vagina to be free, that it's more powerful, you know? So yeah, I definitely feel like every now and then it's okay, or all the time, you know, whatever works with your level of modesty or lack of, you know, do what pleases you. But every now and then, ladies, let that thing hang out, you know, wear your nice flowy dress, nice flowy skirt in the wind with no panties on. You're gonna feel so free. I'm telling you, if you've never done it before, give it a try. If you don't like it, cool, put your drawers back on. But if not, baby, let that thing air out, and it's gonna feel so great. I promise you, for real.
Done it. I've definitely done it. I love going commando. I usually do it at least once a week. And sleeping, they say to sleep without underwear too is really good. And I notice my vagina reacts differently versus when I sleep with underwear on versus when I don't.
Yeah, and especially since it's hot out, it's about to be hot outside, or it is hot outside now. The weather keep doing weird things, but hot. Yeah, you don't want to keep that sweat and stuff trapped up there. Let your vagina be.
Yeah, no, that's a ticket to yeast infection town right there.
Just you do it. Now then, but be cool. Your vagina will be thankful. I promise.
Yes, thankful.
Vagina tips with the Nicks.
Vagina tips with the Nicks. I love it. Vaginal uploads.
Disclaimer again, we're not doctors, all right? We're not FDA approved. We just telling you what works for us.
We are Nicks approved. Once again, y'all, thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, joining, sharing, laughing, connecting, all the things with us. We appreciate you so much. I am Nicole L.
And I'm Nicole C. And we're Nicks at Night.